Hey, what is up? It's Crusade, and for this killer video, we're going to be talking about the Hillbilly. And Hillbilly is pretty cool. Not my most favorite, of course. I'm sticking with the Trapper as my most favorite killer. But the Hillbilly does probably have the most difficult learning curve because this chainsaw is so clunky to use. If you haven't used the chainsaw on the Hillbilly before, I mean, it takes a while to rev it up, and then once it fires off, you're sprinting incredibly fast, but it's in a straight path, and you can't really turn that well. And if you accidentally hit a wall, which when you first start playing them, you probably will do a lot, you'll stun yourself. So you got to be really careful and let go of mouse 2, hopefully before you hit a wall. Definitely be aware of that. And you'll probably be overzealous a little bit with your chainsaw to start because you probably really want to hit a survivor with the chainsaw. And if you're playing against new survivors, I mean, it may be easy to line up a chainsaw hit. But the chainsaw, think of it this way, in real life, a chainsaw is a tool. So use it like that, use it to cover a lot of ground and surprise survivors. Don't use it as a main source of damage. On the other hand, the cattle hammer, its main purpose in real life is to take life, so try to see it that way. Alright, so the character specific perks for Hillbilly, I mean, they're nothing special, but they are better than the Wraith, that's for sure. I'm using Deerstalker here. Deerstalker is okay, low level, so I don't really have too much to run with. Deerstalker is nice though because if you down someone, you can feel a bit more confident to leave them there and go do other things, and then you'll be more confident to be able to find them. Okay, so the character specifics for Hillbilly, there's Endearing, which greatly reduces the time that you get stunned by pallets for. Pallets play a big role on the survivor side, so this is a great perk. But if you're really good at anticipating pallets getting dropped on you and you're good at backing out of them, then maybe there's going to be a better perk for you than Enduring, but it can be viable. There's another one, Tinker, which is really good. I would say Tinker is above average, and what it does is it increases the effectiveness by up to 15% of any add-ons that affect charging speed for your special ability. And so I mean, for the Trapper, that's setting traps. For the Wraith, that's going in and out of invisibility. And for the Hillbilly, of course, that's revving the chainsaw. So that's a pretty good perk, I would say. Especially for the Trapper, I'd want to get that for the Trapper, and then put on like setting tools or Trapper gloves or something like that. And it's really nice because the descriptions of the add-ons will actually say if the add-on is affected by Tinker. So it's good of the devs to be thinking ahead and putting that in the tooltips. The third character specific for Hillbilly, was it Lightborn? It's just to pretend it doesn't exist, I guess. Alright, I think that covers about it, and we're gonna go ahead and get in a couple games here. They're much shorter than the Wraiths. I mean, the Wraith video is like 30 minutes long. The Hillbilly's, he's a bit more effective. Alright, a bunch of low ranks again, but I'll take what I can get. Alright, so when you're first starting off as a Hillbilly, usually Survivor's going to be like on the other side of the map, so you want to use your chainsaw and just sprint over to where you think they're going to be. So just like I use it here, I sprint pretty much, cover a good distance on the map, and I see scratch marks, so yeah, we know we found them, got some really fast damage on them here. And that's really just part of the power of the Hillbilly. Probably less than a minute in the game, and I already got someone downed. And I'm running with Deerstalker, so I just kind of run around a little bit, because I'm not worried about losing him. Alright, so we're going to go put him on this far hook here. Oh, but I do hear someone, so he can drop the survivor and, yep, get a little more damage. I know he has a med kit, so he's going to go tend to that wound, so I have time. But I'm going to put him on this far hook here, because it's kind of a bottleneck. Plus, it's right next to a generator, and there's also another reason. Farm's good, good map for this, but it has a really open line straight to the hook. And as you see, I'm gonna run down here because I know there's no obstacles in between the hook and where I'm running. So I get far away from it to bait a survivor getting in close, and then I use my chainsaw so to speed back really fast and hopefully catch someone. Yeah, like this guy here, he's going in for the unhook. He's like, hey, he's not nearby. And then suddenly I am. Whew. I decided to break this. Probably not a good idea because, yeah, it allows for that guy to unhook his friend. I was really hoping to get past that, but ended up chainsawing the wall. That will happen a couple times. Hit the wrong Jake, but I'll take it. And a lot of characters over here, so I'm not really too worried about generators or anything. And I'm not using my chainsaw a whole lot to actually get these guys and bring them down, because, well, they're a little far away here, so I do want to try and catch up with it. But like I said in the beginning of this video, you don't really want to use the chainsaw to actually down someone unless you really identify a good situation to where it could down someone. And trying to hide in the cornfield here doesn't quite work out. I think most of this next bit of segment is just going to be me hitting survivors in the face. I go back. It's kind of hard to see this hook because of the cornfield. I was trying to get a good angle so I can spot, but I just decided to go a little bit far away and then, sprint back. Not nearly as far away as I did in the first one, so it's not as effective. Well, I guess we do find a guy here. Ooh, but he's got moves, so actually losing there. So then since he's distracting me, I decided to go back to the hooked guy, and there's no one on him, so just go back to looking around. We don't want to camp directly on the hook, because we do want to bait survivors going for the unhook and hopefully getting in more damage. Plus, if you just camp it really hard, they're just going to do generators anyway, so... Oh, get a good hit there. And he went for the unhook, so I get another hit. Hit the wrong guy, so that's unfortunate, but kind of hard to see who you're trying to hit there. I think I end up chasing him down here. Yeah, I'm not sure what that Dwight is doing. He's trying to take the hit or something, I don't know. Oh, we're gonna get this guy back on a hook. And he was in struggle state when he got unhooked, so he's definitely gonna be insta-sacrificed here. Yep. Okay. So now we're just looking around again. I could use my chainsaw to, yep, I'm going to use it to sprint over to, a faraway generator, because usually the survivors, if they know where you're at, they're going to be at the furthest possible generator, and I get a lucky guess here, because we see scratch marks over here. Bam. Alright, so he actually does use the pallet here. Oh, but he's too slow. Okay, that's unfortunate for him. I don't think he's holding shift on that pallet vault, so I'm going to pick him up. And put him on this hook over here. And this is why the Hillbilly isn't as bad as the Wraith, because you have a little bit of utility for the hook defense. And ooh, that guy goes down. Like with the chainsaw sprint. Oh, and we spot the other guy. Oh, okay. See, that was like a situation where, that was my only chainsaw hit, and it was just a situation where I kind of saw him, he didn't see me, and then I was able to line up, I saw he was running in a direction, and he didn't juke it, So, you know, I lined that up and made him go down. And here's where Iron Grasp is good. Okay, and here's another thing I'm doing. I know he's gonna get off me, so I'm walking backwards, because when someone wiggles out of your grasp, they go behind you. And usually if a survivor, if they're like behind you, they want to run they don't want to run past you, they want to keep running like away from where you're at. So I wanted him to run towards those hooks. So I started walking backwards so he would be positioned towards them, and I would be on the other side. But we chase him down again, and this time he's close enough to hook, so we're covered there. And the other guy's just crawling around, so not much else in this game to show. Alright, so Deer Stalker helps us a little bit there, because it is pretty difficult to spot a dying survivor in grass. Another thing is that survivors can do is hide right next to an activated generator, because the generator's noises will mask the sound of being injured or if you're dying or whatever. So that's a bit more useful information for survivors. I mean, if you're injured, you can hide near an activated generator, and I mean, the killer usually won't search an already activated generator anyway, so it's not going to hear you, it's not really going to investigate, so pretty safe to hide behind one of those. And we're going to go ahead and get into the next game here. Alright, so real quick while this game is loading in here, as I was going to say in the first game, the Hillbilly and the Trapper are pretty good. I mean, I would say the Trapper is a bit better than the Hillbilly, but they're both way above the Wraith, because both their special abilities, they really help in when you hook a player or a survivor and you're trying to like defend the hook. So I mean, Trapper, he can lay a bear trap at the hook, and that really helps you out, buys you a lot of time. And the Hillbilly, as I showed in the first game, and as I'm gonna do in this game, he can walk away from the hook and then use his chainsaw to get back really fast. And the Wraith is just chilling pretty much. Alright, so finally didn't get that bug, but again, right at the beginning of the match, it's a set thing. I'm just going to use my chainsaw and get across the map here, because I know the survivors aren't going to spawn right next to me unless I use that secret offering, which I didn't use. So we're just going to come over here, and we see like a little bit of weird scratch marks there. Yeah, someone must have held shift for like a split second. But we got some leads over here, so we weren't too far off, except for that guy way over there, and he's trying to be sneaky. Not the case. And he's running out into the open in the cornfield. This is a really bad idea as a survivor. You really need to find pallets or a window ASAP. He tried to cut left, cut a hard left there, but cutting like that can work in a cornfield, but he wasn't fortunate there. So really fast hook there. They did get a generator up, but I'm just gonna kind of walk away from this hook, as I pretty much always do with the Hillbilly. And this would be a good thing to do if I had Insidious, just sit there behind that tree and not move, but gonna go in with the chainsaw here. Can't really see, but yeah, he got sniped. Couldn't imagine that was a good experience. Okay, I hit him before he started the hook. I probably should have waited so I could just put him on my back, but I hit him again, put him down, and put him back down. So 3 survivors all dying. Deer Stalker gonna be doing work this game, I think. Gonna put him back on the hook, because yeah, that was the guy that got unhooked, so he's already 50% done. And we're gonna make a little trek over here. There's not, I don't think much else happens in this game, but I do have to clean up my mess here, so to speak. The 4th player is just continuing to do generators. If you're the last player against a situation like this, the last survivor, I mean, yeah, I guess doing generators is a decent idea, but I mean, I can't tend to everybody, so you could definitely save one of these people. So, I mean, you could farm the generator points, but I would definitely try to rescue someone in this situation. But 2 hooked players already sacrificed. And just 1 other player, so, and he's already hooked, so. And he just messed up that generator. So, we know exactly where he's at. Now we just have to find him. And he's still on the generator. Okay then. This is looking to be a quick game. Yeah, definitely can't really just throw out your chainsaw there. Can use it to scare him a little bit, I guess. The chainsaw can break pallets too, by the way. I think you have to gain a certain amount of speed though first. You can't just use it right in front of the pallet. And I guess another quick thing to note about the chainsaw is as soon as it activates, I mean, yeah, when you're like sprinting super fast, and she didn't get there in time, but when you're sprinting super fast, and you're at full speed, she did manage to juke there, but when you're full speed, you can't turn very well at all. But when you're first like taking your first couple steps, like maybe a second into the use of the chainsaw, you can actually turn decently well. So as soon as it's activated, keep in mind that you can readjust quite a bit. But yeah, if you're full sprint like that, you're barely turning. But I did use it just to catch back up and use it again as a tool. I don't know why she did like a circle there. And okay, a bit of an awkward interaction there. Definitely meant to hit her in the face and not break that pallet. So the game didn't really have the mechanic priorities straight there. So this chase is going to be prolonged. Well, no longer. Jumped into me again. And that's going to close out this game. Really fast game. And, I mean, most of that's on the survivors. I mean, they didn't play very well, but I did get a ridiculous chainsaw hit on that first guy. And, I mean, that'll do it. I mean, that's an instant down. That's just so much damage, and yeah, that's the Hillbilly. He, like I said, he does take probably the most to learn, because I mean, a trapper, you fire and forget traps, so trapper's not hard to learn if you just know where to place the traps. If someone tells you where to place your traps, trapper's pretty easy. It's just learning the fundamental chase downs and left clicks. Same with Wraith, I mean, but Wraith's not good in general, in my opinion. You just stealth and you approach a little at strange angles, and then you uncloak, and then you just chase down. But Hillbilly, using the clunky chainsaw, it takes a little bit of knowledge, I guess. Kind of gotta learn the way of the chainsaw. But that was the Hillbilly, and I hope you guys enjoyed. It wasn't as long as I would have liked to got a third game in, but I didn't want to delay this video any longer. So next video is going to be, well, we're going to revisit the Trapper, and I'm going to hopefully get some cool little perks or add-ons to show off with him too. So I will see you guys next time.